Hey, what's going on everybody? It's your bro, hope you're doing well, and in this video I'm going to explain string slicing in Python, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you wouldn't mind, please like, comment, and subscribe. One like equals one prayer for the YouTube algorithm. Alright then, let's talk about slicing. Slicing can be used to create a substring by extracting elements from another string. The same principle can also be applied to different collections as well, but in this video we're going to be focusing on slicing strings. Now to slice a string, we can either use the indexing operator, which is a set of square brackets, or by use of the slice function to create a slice object. This is a little more complex. We'll discuss the slice function near the end of this video. So with slicing, there are three optional arguments, three fields that we can fill in depending on where and how we want to slice our string. A starting index, a stopping index, and a step. Let's begin with the starting index. Now for this example, let's say we have a string variable called name, and this will store a value of whatever your own full name is. Yes, I legally changed my name to Brocode. You can use your own name for this if you want. So what I would like to do is to create a substring based off a sliced portion of my full name. So what I would like to do is create a substring based off of just the first part of my name, just bro. So let's begin by creating a substring. Maybe I'll call this first name equals. Now to slice a string, type in a string or the name of a variable that contains your string and follow this with the indexing operator. And like I said, we'll discuss the slice function a little bit later. So we need a starting index and a stopping index, but we'll begin with the starting index. Where do we want to begin our slice? So computers, they always start with 0. So the first character in your string will have an index of 0. I would like my slice to begin at index 0. So I'll list that for the starting position, the starting index. So let's test this just to be sure it works. I'll just print first name. And let's see if this prints capital B, which it does. So following that same pattern, the next character within my string would have an index of 1. That would be R. Then the next index 2 would be O, and 3 should be an empty space. All right, so that is the starting index within string slicing. If we would like to slice an entire portion of our string, not just one letter, we need a stopping index as well. And both of these fields are separated with a colon. So let's say I would like to slice the first 3 characters of my string. So this would have an index of 0, 1, 2. And this isn't going to work as you would imagine, and I'll explain why. So you would think that indexes 0 through 2 would give us 3 letters, right? But it only gives us 2. So this first index is inclusive. The stopping index is exclusive. So if I want the first 3 characters, the first 3 letters in the string, I would need the starting index to be 0 and the stopping index to be 3. And now this should print my first name and not anything else. There is a shorthand way of writing this too. So if you were to leave this first index blank for start, well, Python is going to assume that this is 0, the beginning of your string. So this would be no different than what we had previously, just having colon 3. Now let's try and create a separate substring for a last name. So last name. Name. Now we need a starting index and a stopping index. So we need the starting index at least. So this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, colon, and where do we want this to stop? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And remember that this is exclusive, so we're going to place 8 here. And now I would like to display last name, and this should just display code. And a shortcut is that if you were to leave stop blank, but you still have that colon, this is a shorthand way of writing, I would like every character starting at index 4 and everything after until the end. So there would be no change to this as well. You can write it either way. Okay, so we still have to discuss step. Step is an optional field that we can set a value to. So step is how much we're increasing our index by between starting and stopping. So it is entirely possible to create a substring that will count only every second character after the first. Normally, step is 1 by default, but if we were to set that to 2, we're going to count only every second character. So let's try this. Maybe I'll create a new variable called funkyName because I really don't know what else to call this for this example. Let's say funkyName equals name, and I'm going to count only every second character, including the first. So the indexes would be 0, 8 for my example, but if you're using your own name, that's probably going to be something different. So the default for step is 1, and if I were to display funkyName as it is currently, this will just display my full name. But if we set step to 2, this will only display every second character, including the first. So funkyName is now, for me at least, BOCD. Now if step was 3, this will print only every third character, including the first, where it's B space D. A shorthand way of writing this is that you could leave start and stop empty, but the important thing is to have these 2 colons. Python is going to assume that if you leave your starting index empty, you're referring to index 0, the beginning. If your second index, your stopping index, is empty, Python will assume this will be the very end of your string. So just having 2 colons and then step 3 would be no different than what we had previously. For this next part, I'm going to explain how we can reverse a string in Python. So let's create a new substring variable called reversedName equals name. I would like to use the entire string, so I can just use 2 colons. Python will fill in the rest. So for the step, this is going to be -1. It's kind of like we're counting backwards, and we're going to create a new substring based off my name, but in reverse. So if I were to print my reversed name, this is now edoc.orb. I think that's how you pronounce it. So that's how to reverse a string in Python using slicing. Now let's move on to part 2 of this video. I'm going to be explaining the slice function, and we can use the slice function to create a slice object, which is actually reusable, so that's somewhat convenient. Let's take a different scenario this time. Let's say we have a website URL. Website equals http:// google.com, but use whatever website you want. What I would like to do for this program is remove and create a substring based off the website name and not anything else. I would like to exclude the HTTP portion as well as the .com portion of this website URL. So let's break it down step by step. Our first step is to create a slice object, so I will name the slice object as slice. Slice equals, and I will invoke the slice function. So within the parentheses of the slice function, we can add up to 3 values: a start, a stop, and a step. Exactly the same as what we did with indexing. However, with the slice function, we separate each of these values with a comma instead of a colon, but it works the same way. So we would like our substring to begin where the name of the website begins. So we would like our start to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I will pass in 7 for where my substring will begin. And now each value within the slice function will be separated with a comma instead of a colon, like what we did with the indexing operator. Now for the stop index, that's going to be a little bit tricky, and let me explain why. One issue that we're going to run into is that not all website names are consistent with their length. They can really vary, so it is not possible for us to use the same stopping index for each of these website URLs. So one way in which we can account for that is to use what is called a negative index. Each character within a string has a positive index as well as a negative index, and a negative index works almost exactly the same way, except the character most on the right begins with a negative index of -1, and the character on the left of that would be -2, -3, and -4. It's as if you're counting backwards. So with indexing, we can use some combination of positive and negative indexing. So I would like my substring to end where this dot is. So this would have a index of -1, -2, -3, -4. And remember that this is exclusive. So I would like my slice to begin at index 7 and a negative index of 4 for the stopping position. So that will give me just the website name and remove the HTTP portion as well as the .com portion of my website URL. And now we have a slice object, and we can reuse this. So to apply your slice object, type in the name of your string, index operator, and place your slice right within here. And let's print this. So print our website and apply the slice to it. And now this should give us just the website name. And now let's test this with maybe another website. I'll rename this as website 1, and let's create website 2. And let's try a different website name for good measure. So let's try Wikipedia. So we can reuse our slice object, and we will apply our slice to website 2 this time. And this should remove the URL portions, HTTP as well as .com. All right, everybody, so that is slicing strings in Python. You can either use the indexing operator or the slice function to create a slice object. If you would like a copy of all this code, I will post all of this in the comment section down below. But yeah, that is how string slicing works in Python.
Hey you, yeah, I'm talking to you. If you learned something new, then help me help you in 3 easy steps by smashing that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe if you'd like to become a fellow bro.